A very good day wherever you're watching us from. You're watching Smart 24 TV, and this is Financial Markets, and I am your host, Anthony Sebali. I hope you're doing good and having a good day so far. It is the 18th of August, a Thursday, and definitely we were winding up the week, and of course, across the middle of the month, as of course we see August as well. Almost coming to an end, though it has almost just got started. And I hope you're realizing some of your goals and definitely getting going in terms of your investments, in terms of how much you're saving, and in terms of how you're investing, especially in the financial markets. My name is Anthony. You're watching Smart 24, and we drive your business. Now, let's look at the stock market right away, and definitely yesterday the trading was quite good. Looking at the performance here, there were only 3 listed equities. However, we had a total of 7 gainers and 2 losers, meaning the markets on average had more gainers than losers. Remember, the market in Uganda opens at exactly 9 a.m. and closes at 1 p.m. East African Standard Time. And by the close of the markets yesterday, we are seeing that we had a total of 7 gainers on the top of the table, and we had only 2 bottom losers amongst those that actually were able to participate in the trading and in the movements across the markets there on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Looking at the 3 participants in the market yesterday, MTN Uganda came in with the biggest volume of over 183,307 shares that were traded yesterday, and followed by Stanbic Bank Uganda, who traded a total of 23,300 shares on the stock market yesterday, while Bank of Baroda came in the 3rd place amongst the top movers after trading over 5,700 shares on the entire market. Now, amongst the top 7 gainers, Jubilee Holdings came in the top position, that is number 1, after getting to gain by 5.58%, and that was after closing the day with a price of over 8,384.6 Ugandan shillings per share. And this was a big gain of the day because he gained by over 443 Ugandan shillings. That's a quite big margin to gain on a single day. And then when we look at the next gainer, it was Stanbic Bank Uganda coming in at a 4.9% gain. And then Equity Bank Limited came in at a 4.09% gain, and Bank of Baroda Uganda at a 2.31% gain. And the 2 losers for the day were Centum Investments, who lost by 3.83%, and East African Breweries, who lost by 0.04% for the day, closing the markets yesterday. And looking at the particular stocks here that had some of the top volumes, like we have said, Bank of Baroda came in the 3rd place in terms of the top movers. They're trading over 5,700 shares and came back to a price of 85 Ugandan shillings per share. If you remember yesterday, Bank of Baroda went down to 83 shillings closing price. That was the opening price actually for yesterday's markets, but we are seeing him come back strong today at exactly 85 shillings, which is his former price there on the stock market, and that is after gaining by 1.92 Ugandan shillings. We also had another mover, MTN Uganda, though he didn't have any changes in prices. He maintained the price of 190 shillings, but currently yesterday he traded about 183,307 shares on the stock market. Nation Media Group On the other side, had a gain of 5.38 Ugandan shillings, but did not have any movement, and currently trades at about 634.38 Ugandan shillings. Stanbic Bank Uganda at a 0.98 Ugandan shillings gain on a daily, came in with a closing price of 21 shillings, and came in at a closing day volume of over 23,300 shares that were traded. Now let's have a look at the stock at Jubilee. Jubilee came out on top, as I have mentioned, of the gainers on the stock market yesterday. And Jubilee Holdings is a Kenyan insurance company, cross-listed from Kenya, and has been, of course, in existence since 1937. And when we look at its trading on the Uganda Securities Exchange, it has been trading since the 14th of February 2006. Quite a good time for a company, for such a great company on the Securities Exchange. And it trades under the ticker symbol JHL, and currently is the 8th most valuable stock. And looking at its particular capitalization, it has a total market capitalization of 5.02 billion, or 502 billion shillings on the Uganda Securities Exchange, which is about 2.19% of the entire Uganda Securities Exchange market. Now, yesterday, the company appreciated by 443.47 on a daily gain. There were no volumes, however, traded, just a movement, and currently their shares outstanding are about 59.9 million shares on the stock market. Jubilee Holdings began the year with a price of around 10,000 shillings and dropped significantly over the last 6 months to about 8,000 averages for the period ended, of course, in the second quarter of 2022. And currently we are seeing them appreciate from 8,000, meaning they are going upwards, back probably to the 10,000 mark where they started. But on the year to date, they're still on the losing side, and we are hoping for the best there in the company. Then Stanbic Bank Uganda, as I mentioned, Stanbic also came out as a top gainer on the stock market yesterday. Stanbic is a Standard Bank Group company. That is a Standard Bank that is based in South Africa. And in Uganda, they are called they are under Stanbic Uganda Holdings, which is a multi-financial service company with the banking sector. They also have stock brokerage, SBG Securities, and the like. Now, Uganda, the Stanbic Bank Uganda yesterday came in with a gain of 0.98 shillings, closing the day with a price of 21 shillings. If you remember, yesterday they were trading at around 20.02 Ugandan shillings. Now they gained back to by about 4.9% on their price, up to a total of 21.0 Ugandan shillings. And when you look, this gain was caused by a volume which was over 23,300 shares that was witnessed on the stock market yesterday. Their current market capitalization is about 1.07 trillion, and a total of 51.2 billion shares that are outstanding. However, yesterday's trading gross turnover, that is the total amount of money within these transactions, was 489,300 Ugandan shillings. Now, in terms of weekly performance, we can compare this prices a week ago, exactly 1 week ago. They are still on a gain of 2.44%. However, they have still a 3-month loss of over 12.5% and a 6-month loss of 16%. And when we look exactly 1 year back from now, they are still on a loss of 20.8%. And on the year-to-date performance, that is comparing the prices today with the price on the 1st of January. They're still on 19.2% loss as well. Now, in terms of year to date, they rank 13th on the list amongst the listed companies, and currently they're holding the 13th position there on the USE in terms of year to date performance. Stanbic Bank Uganda, however, within the last 3 months is the third most traded stock, and when we look at their volumes here, they have traded over 19.3 million shares within a period of 3 months. That is from 13th of May to 17th of August. And within this period, they have traded a total of 19.3 million shares and valued at 413 million Ugandan shillings over the period, with an average of 306,972 traded shares per session. They have had a volume high, however, of 10.2 million. That is on the 8th of August 2022, within this same period. When you look at their market activity, they have some comparably very good activity compared to other companies. Yesterday they traded 23,000. The day before that they traded 151,000, and the day before that, that's on the 15th of August, they traded 376,200 shares, while on the 12th of August, last Friday, they traded 55,700 shares, and then 178,877 shares on the 11th, meaning at least within the last 1 week, they have had activity on a daily basis on the market, with people buying and selling stock on Stanbic Uganda Limited. They have competitors, of course. Definitely we are seeing some competitors in the financial services sector, like KCB, that is Kenya Commercial Bank, who comes in at a 3.92% year-to-date loss, much better than Stanbic, who is still at a 19.2% loss in terms of year-to-date. And then Bank of Baroda Uganda at 11% drop, that is in the year-to-date performance, still does much better in terms of year-to-date compared to Stanbic. And when you look at other competitors like DFCU at 5.69%, still in terms of year-to-date, there's still a better margin on DFCU Bank. But still, when it comes to traded stock, they still compare favorably, except Bank of Baroda. I think they beat almost all the other financial services sector companies that are listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Of course, comparing to KCB, comparing to Equity Bank and DFCU Bank, they still have much more activity, at least registered within the last 3 or so months. And yeah, that is Stanbic Bank for you. As I've just mentioned, they closed the markets yesterday with over 21 shillings of pricings, and they are currently the third most traded stock within the last 3 months. So basically very good data there on Stanbic Bank, and definitely it is an investable stock. Remember, you can be able to buy stock in Uganda simply by opening an SCD account, by of course using, if you're an MTN subscriber, you can dial USSD code *165 *65 hash, and definitely they will give you a portal where you can fill in your information regarding your NIN, that is your personal identification number, your identification card data, and so on. Or if you're a foreigner, you can fill in your passport number as well, and your account will be opened for you. When your account is open, definitely the rest is history. You can start trading anytime you feel like, any day you feel like. Of course, trading is only done specifically within the working week days, from Monday to Friday, from exactly 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And as I speak, the market is open and it's up for grab for you And the stock here, definitely for Stanbic, is one of the things you can consider. First of all, it's cheaper compared to many other stocks that are listed on the exchange. And thirdly, we are seeing some good activity, at least within the recent days and weeks. We're seeing some very active markets there on the Uganda Securities Exchange. And of course, OTEX East Africa also gives you a chance to buy into securities such as bonds and bills across East Africa by simply dialing *292# and following the prompts. Remember, the markets are diverse. You must be able to also diversify your investments. Stocks are very risky ventures, much riskier than the debts or the debt markets or the financial securities like the treasury bond and the treasury bill. So if you're looking to be an investor across East Africa, please endeavor to diversify your portfolio so you can kind of alleviate some of the risk that comes in, of course, from the markets that, of course, when you invest in one market, definitely the risk is even increased on you as a shareholder or as an investor within the financial markets. We're going to go into a very short break. We return or with more of what happened on the other counters. We return also with MTN stock. If you want to find out how MTN performed in as regards their volumes and how they're doing on their year to date, stay tuned for more. We'll be right back after a quick break. Stay with us.